You guys, so we just got back from vacation yesterday. We've been in Colorado. I've not even had my coffee this morning. I still have that, like, you know, when you wake up, I'm still having that. But I have to tell you what just happened this morning, that I screamed like a little school child. I don't even know when I have screamed like this, maybe in my life. I didn't scream like this riding a motorcycle in the national park. I did not scream quite like this when I jumped into a very cold river. But this morning, because I was so tired, because yesterday we woke up at we left Colorado, my friend's house, at 4. I happened to wake up at 2:45. Does anyone else get that anxiety when you're getting ready to go somewhere and you have to leave super early in the morning? And so you wake up every hour on the hour so that you don't not wake up. That's what I did. Anyway, so I was super tired. And this morning I was like, you know what? We don't have anything we have to do today but go to the grocery store, because we have no fresh food in our house at all since we've been gone for 10 days. So I'm I'm just going to sleep. I'm going to sleep until I wake up. My kids woke up, but it was one of those nights also. This is also what happens at the end of vacation, where they didn't want to go to bed. And then there was a storm in the night. And so then they got up a million times. And so then I was like, just sleep in the guest room. Just fine. Don't sleep upstairs in your room, whatever. And so then the dog, you guys, she may have kennel cough or something. I don't know. We don't board them. But the dog was hacking up a lung and coughing and throwing up in the middle of the night. I literally left a pile of throw up in the middle of my foyer as I put the dog outside, because I just couldn't even deal with it. It's there. I just walked past it when I went to make some coffee, but I haven't had coffee yet, so I couldn't even deal with that either. Anyway, I'm lying in my bed, sleeping, and all of a sudden, I just feel something tickly on my arm. And you're ugh, sometimes you do that and it's your hair or something, but my hair's not long enough to do that anymore. And so I just go, huh, like this, and I look down, and there was actually a thing. There was actually a thing that was crawling on my arm, and I was like, what the crap was that? So I jumped out of my bed, and I turn around, and I look, and it is the biggest cockroach I have ever seen in my life. And I say this not as an exaggeration to you, but I say this as a person who has lived in South Carolina for over 20 years. They call them palmetto bugs here. It's a cockroach. I don't know why they call it that. It's the biggest cockroach ever. I need to show you what I have now done to my bed. I have stripped cover by cover, pillowcase by pillowcase off onto the floor. I got my children involved in it, and we pulled all the covers off, dumped every single pillow out of the pillowcase. My heart is still beating fast right now, and we could not find the cockroach. And so then you're like, is this a joke? I know that there was a cockroach in my bed. I know that I didn't make that up. This was not just a bad dream. And then I hand my son a flip-flop. My husband has giant flip-flops. Let me just tell you, this is a cockroach killer right there. Look how big his feet are. Bigger than my head. This is what you feel good killing a bug with. Hand my son one, and he comes and picks up the dust ruffle right here. You guys, I'm going to show you this cockroach. We both screamed bloody murder. It is mushed and gross now, but you have to see the size of this thing. Okay, I have to give you my finger. This is my thumb. To give you reference, I am not a tiny woman. This is as big as my thumb. This cockroach was as big as my thumb, which also is as big as my nose, big as my mouth, big as my eye. Freaking huge cockroach. And that cockroach that I just showed you looks even smaller now because I squished half its guts on my rug. So anyway, back to reality today. I have to go to the grocery store. I now have to take my coughing, puking dog to the vet. I have to put sheets back on my bed. They were clean sheets, but they're not clean now. There's been a cockroach in my sheets, and I will never sleep well on these sheets again until they have been through the laundry. And now I have to clean up. Dog throw up in the hall, make a cup of coffee, and clean up this cockroach. This is the size of my thumb. It is just now 9:10 in the morning. Back to reality from vacation.